all you devils out there. Happy Friday. Oh, let's see, it's a little after 1 o'clock. Well, I've been digging around for ideas and counts and things that look intriguing that we haven't covered recently. So I'm back and forth with a few members of my team. I've got a few alts we can take a look at. Of course, we'll do a quick look at Bitcoin and ETH. Now, I know you can't see in there, but we'll look at that in a second. No, still, I don't see any reason to change this count. Still just working through a 4, right? Going sideways. Because I don't have a fill in there. Oh, let's do it that way. All right, so just we're not progressing the trend. Wave 4. All right, so let's get that out of there and hang on. All right, that's an 8 hour. Let's go to a 2 here. Let's see if we can get a better look. Now the blue lines here, those are just weekly. That's the weekly. Oh, pardon me. That's monthly, and I've got a weekly and the monthly high and lows here. So clearly we are in a range. Let's see. This is from AAVE. This is their liquidities and session levels. AAVE, one of my faves for market structure, but that's a nice little feature that they've added into it. Let's see here. Still working on the premise that we have a good pivot here. It's a little wacky, right? It's not the prettiest looking finish, but as we come out of it, it starts to take some shape that we can get our head around. Okay, so we would have to do it this way. This being there's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's it's not gorgeous, but 1. We got an A, we got a B, and we got a C into a flat. It's really a zigzag here into the B. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right. So we got a nice little zigzag here that sets this up as a nice flat with the expanded B. We looked at that earlier in the week. So now as we sit here, there's an awfully good looking impulse to come down here and finish, give us a pivot. It's not the most gorgeous launch point that we could have hoped for. The 1 is good, right? We've got a good 1. Now that's a little deep for the 2. You'll note here we're coming into this halfway point of that fair value gap. Seems to be holding. We're below the golden zone, so we have already broken that. So we're in. Oh, here what do I want? I want. Let's go platinum. So we got 886, 887, or pardon, yeah, 786. It looks like we wicked it. Very close. Going to need to come out of here with legs. Well, of course, the premise being if we have a good pivot, and this is an A, B, C. Time to kick. Right, we certainly do not want to see this roll over again and threaten this low. Then we're going to have to revisit the count. I suppose there's an alternate in here, but right now there's no to put the 4 here. Right, much of crypto is kind of in the are we rolling over? Well, if Bitcoin rolls over, right, that'll take everybody with it. Right now, okay, there's a 5, there's a 3. Why? That's kind of back to it. It's something I kind of joke about, which is. Well, that's what you're anticipating. I got a 5 down to finish. I got a 5 up. I got a 3 to correct it. Why would you assume something other than the next leg to be a 5? I don't mean that to be facetious. I mean, really, why would you assume otherwise? Until we take this low out, this is just textbook. This is a little tricky, right? That's a little tricky, but look how clean that impulse comes down to finish. And then a 5 off of it, right? So putting the 4 here is you're going to go, wait a minute. That's a 5. Not this is a 3. So right, I know you're down here going, oh shit, well, it's going, or we're going to roll over. This count's going to get relabeled. There certainly is the potential for this to get much more severe. If we're taking out these lows, of course, next target would be here, right? If we're thinking about what's the algo going to do, well, it's going to sweep that low. Where's the next low? Little imbalance here. Remember, if we allow for the premise, right, as ICT and all the SMC traders would propose per ICT's teaching, the algo has 2 functions, right? It's seeking liquidity or it's rebalancing. Well, it's rebalancing right now. Here, let's do it this way. It found liquidity up here, right? Swept the highs here. It found liquidity here, swept that low. Now, if we're heading down and we're gonna sweep this low, we got a little rebalance here. So it could be, oh, a little rebalance. Boy, that's gonna tweak the count. But if we break that, right, next target would be down here, and then we'd be back here most likely. If this rolls over, this is going to get ugly. It actually would play better if this perhaps a 1. You'd really want this to pull a 3. So then you'd be thinking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we're going to finish, somewhere down here in the 50s. 4 not in, 4 down here. This, right, of course, being that unusual finish here, but it's valid. It's just weird. No, Bitcoin can do some weird things. We got the halving. We got all these other variables in the market. But again, well, there's no reason to assume otherwise. So I mean, if you're thinking about a trade here, if you're shorter term, boy, pretty nice looking risk reward here. I mean, you can use that pivot, right? I mean, you could trade. I don't often advocate this kind of trading, but you want to lever up there. What we got there? 8 to 1. Very, very clear exit. I mean, you don't even have to be that. You don't have to be that low. You get 1 tick below, right? And then this is off the board, right? It's invalidated. So you got a nice little ripper here. And if we get something more substantial here, you got 13, 14 to 1. Now, do we know that's coming? No. I do, right? Even though we've broken the golden zone, I'd have a corner here with a target for that third. 3, 4, 5. The idea being this would be the 1 of the 3. Pardon me, of the 5th at this degree. Right? So here's the 4. 1, 2, 1 of the 3 at this degree. I mean, this could be the 1 of the 1 of the 3, right? There's all sorts of upside potential. Some of the forecasts I'm seeing in my feed. I've seen 1 million. I've seen 500,000. Very recently, I've seen 800K. That's bull porn. It's kind of fun to look at, right? But let's get to 100 first, as we sit here in the mid 60s, low 60s. Okay, right. Well, so this pivot, of course, is critical. All right, let's move on from that. I do think there's a trade there if you're jonesing for a long going into the weekend. I can get a little funky on the weekend. Volume dies down a bit. But certainly a low risk, high reward, right? If that's the variable that you're looking for. Do I have a technical pattern that supports this? Do I have the good risk reward? Yes, 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 yes. Why not take the trade? Well, you got to make your own call there. Okay, let's go look at ETH. Now, ETH is a little more pronounced here in terms of you can kind of see the potential. Oh, let's get down to a 2 hour. You can see the potential for this to roll over. Now, we do have a count here. Now, it would be truncated, over. Well, fuck, hang on. I don't want to be on crypto. I got some member gave me some of this. I can't trade that. Hang on a sec. Okay, sorry. Oh, it happens when we do the live streams that I copy over charts from members. I can end up with some crazy stuff. This looks like this has got, excuse me, somebody else's work as well. Sorry, their allergies are just brutal right now. Springtime. Okay, so, oh God, I don't know who this is, but somebody's work is on here. It's fine. We can work with this. Here's the whole point, right? We've been over this so many times. 1, 2, 1, 2. What do we got here? Oh, let's get some of this out of here. All right, so I've got this nice channeling that's going. Again, I don't know who did this. One of my members did this. But, okay, so we can quickly just revisit to, right, 3, 4, 5. That's got to be way up there. Okay, let's go intermediate here. 1, 2. Now what are we doing here? Well, just eyeballing it, right? Wouldn't your first thought be, right? That's where we are in the count. I mean, that's not rocket science. Oh, let's put that in white so we can see it nicely. 1, 2. Right now, this is a little tricky. Right? Is this what makes this hard? Is this 1, 2, 3? Or 1, 2, are we doing the 3? There's not a clean, this clearly impulsive, but there's not a great solution here. I struggled with this last week. Where's the 2? If we go 1, A, B into an expanded, right, we end up with this, right? And that's the 3, right? That's been so confusing, I think. Oh, if I've got to do it here, 3, 4, 5. So let's take that down and put it in. Oh, what am I not here? Used here blue, right? Is this 1, 2, 3, and this is the 4 to this 2? Well, the balance play. If this is WX, it wouldn't matter, right? Whether the 1 is here and we're doing it this way, or we're putting it here to accommodate. The reason you would do it this way is you're kind of looking, going, is that time going to balance out? I don't know why I got that. But is this time going to balance out here? Because if I put the 1 here, the 2 is just it looks like. No, I mean, we're going off of, does it have the right look? Do we have the right time balance here? This balances it a bit better, but I don't have a lot of conviction in that. In fact, last week we were looking at the ideas, perhaps this is another 1, 2, right? As deep as it is, and because we don't have great, I mean, you potentially could go 1, 2, 1, 2 again. This one is, I think, less conviction into where we are. Other than we can clearly say we've got some sort of a correction going on here, but at what degree are we trading? All right, I have the same issue down here. I have a slight truncation. Is that it? Let's go to a 1. This gives me some pause here. Is this it? I can finish it. Oh, yeah. Well, it's not great, right? So again, all the more, right? A little bit of hesitation, right? Is this another 1? Is this 1, 2? Are we going to truncate, or is this 1, 2? Right? 3, 4, 5. Makes me want to pause here just a little bit. Let's see. I want to see that. What I want to see here is this. Now come out, right? Now give me that. I'll take it. Even better would be this. 1, 2, 1, 2. We go for the 3. This one I'm on hold here myself, right? Have at it if that's what you like here. But I think this is heads I buy, tails I sell. All right, so let's dig into some alts here. Is this I haven't covered the measures. I think Bitcoin very tradable. ETH. Let's sit tight on that. Would be my suggestion. Again, what if you force a trade here? Why are you doing it? All right. Oh, I just figured it was going to go, right? Well, FOMO is not the way to go, right? So, if it goes, what, right? I should get off of there. If it starts to go, are you assuming it's going to do this? Is that what you're assuming? That's what the FOMO trader's thinking. I'm not saying it couldn't do that, but do you think that's most probable? And if we're going to go 1, 2, well, we're going to have to have an impulse in here to give us that 3. I mean, here this is very abrupt, but look at the these kind of corrections come. So again, don't trade. Let me rephrase. My suggestion is don't trade on something that's abnormal. What does it normally do? Oh, I logged it because I think it's going to go in a straight line. I think it's going to do this, right? Which would be, right, even here, you still have little retraces. I mean, that's pretty severe. But for the FOMO trader, that's a gift. A little bit abnormal. That's going into the... Well, I'll let you guys decide amongst yourselves. The other thing you got to deal with here, let's check from the high. Well, let's see. It looks like we wicked here. We got through on this one. You're going to have to... Oh, come here. All right, we're going to have to get through all of this up here. I'm not saying the 4 is not in. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying the trade here is less clear. So why force? Right? Again, you're going to have, even if it runs like this, you're going to have little retracements to get in. Don't FOMO your way in. All right, let's go look at some alts. I'm going to start here with Cardano because this has got a pretty clean count. So the launch off the low here, what am I on? There's an 8-hour coming off of this low in June. I do have market structure on here. Let's take that off for just a second. That's Ethereum's product, which I like so much. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? That's not hard. From the low to the high. Wick the 50. Well, it sure looks like I've got a good candidate here. So I've got the 5th, right? That's clean, right? All the geometry, right look. I mean, everything is just pretty. A, B. What am I looking for, right? What does it normally do? If we're going for a 2, golden zone would be awfully ripe. Now, A, B, I'm looking for 5 to finish it. So, I mean, this is always the conundrum, right? It doesn't change, right? So we've got this, right? We've got this right here. We've got that. Well, this is where context is everything, right? There's nothing prevents it from doing that, right? And then we go, oh, shit. Looks like, in this case, because we've already overlapped, we'd have some sort of a diag. We'd have a diag to lead us out of here. And then you'd be doing this. You put 3 here. Ugh, it's not a pretty 4, but you put the 5 here. Does that look like the right look? I wouldn't buy that. I like this, though. If offered, now, we don't know if it's going to come down here and break this low, right? Why would it do that, right? Liquidity. There's an imbalance here. So it doesn't need to come down here to rebalance this fair value gap. It's already done it, i.e. the algo. So if we're coming down for a golden zone, it's coming off of this A, B, C, and we're looking to finish with a 5. This is an awfully good-looking 4. I mean, what? Now, rebalancing. A, B, C. 1, 2, 3. Looks pretty good to come down here. Now we can't. You know, it's hard to call it, right? When you're in the middle of it, is there something like this coming? That would be a gift as far as I'm concerned. 2 to the 4. It's pretty far, right? It's farther than you might have thought, right? We've broken the 50, coming back this way. Again, what does it normally do? I don't mean Cardano necessarily. There's a 5, there's a 3, there's a 5. Right look. Fours on the big side, on the heavier side, but why would you? I always come back to this. Why would you assume something else? What does it normally do? There's a 5. There's a 3. We're waiting for a 5. Why would you assume, oh, no. It's going to be different this time. No. This time, despite the 20 trillion Elliott waves that are completed in this format, this time, because I'm in the market, oh, it's going to be different. Is that really the premise you want to trade with? That this time, it's going to be different. Yeah, that's your choice. I think that's a foolish one. But, right, that's the beauty of trading, right? Nobody telling you what to do. Well, I mean, you make your decision. I can offer you some guidance. I can give you some ideas. We can look at the TA together. You can learn, right, to develop your skills here. But you call the shots. You want to long that? Have at it. Where's your stop going to be? Here, here, here? What's the premise? Oh, I got a higher high here. Again, I'm just kind of beating a dead horse there. There is absolutely no reason to long this until, right? In my view, right? It's purely my opinion. Unless we do this, right? And then I still wouldn't long it until we do this. Oh, I got a leading diag here. Oh, well, there's a 5. Well, again, 20 trillion times later, what are we anticipating? A 3 followed by another 5. 20 trillion being, I mean, who knows? I mean, how many Elliott waves have completed over the years? That's probably a good number. All right, let's move on here from Cardano, right? And this is where many of the alts are, right? They're in. Oh, are we going to get a 5 or are we rolling over for a 3? Let's go look at a couple more. Now, let me show you this. This is, I've mentioned these guys a few times. Many of you may be familiar with them, right? They've been around long enough now. Most crypto traders will have been exposed to them. This is really a very, very good website. AltFins, all right. I do work with them. Not to pimp it, but you know, if you want to support the channel, right? I've got a link below in our link tree. If you want to be, if you're interested in these guys, I think they do have a trial as well. So often I'll come here and this is just a very rudimentary kind of a scan. But really what I'm looking for is I want to see long-term trends that are very strong, really 8, 9, or 10 out of 10, all right, per their metrics here, which is, this is some shorter term stuff, but long-term trend is up. Medium-term trend, neutral to down, short-term trend down. So I'm looking for something that's in a long-term trend that's correcting. Right. I mean, and there's, I won't do a full, but there's a lot of data in here that can be very useful depending on how technical you are. I mean, all the on-chain data and other things, right? I'm mostly a technician, although I'll peek into the on-chain data, see if I can make sense of it. But if we look here, I mean, there's Cardano, which we just looked at. Right now, so long-term trend, good, right? 7 out of 10. Oh shit, I mean, we were just right here. Oh shit, where'd we go here? We were just right here. Okay, is there confusion about the long-term trend? No. Short-term trend, we're in a correction, right? So the short-term trend is down, the medium-term trend is down, but the long-term trend is up, right? So, boom, there's Cardano. Now, a few other I pulled out of here that I think are interesting, and again, I'm just kind of showing you the kind of scanning that you can. I mean, there's a gazillion types of filters and trending filters you can use here. I've got trend, there's performance, momentum, patterns, revenue, market cap, total value. I mean, there's all sorts of metrics in here. This is just a rudimentary one because let's not make it, again, rocket science. What's trending and retracing? What's in a long-term trend that's retracing? Right? I mean, that's what we teach at TradeDevils University is retracement trading. So, oh, how convenient. How convenient to have this. So let me get in here and look at a few. This is FLOKI, right? So let me come back here. Where did I find them? Oh, hang on, I'll find them. FLOKI. I just typed it in. Short term, medium terms, neutral. Long term, 8 out of 10. So let's, here we are. Right, so do we have a good impulse? Yeah, 1, 2, nice looking 3. Right, so we haven't completed the impulse here to really lock in the 5, but boy, that's a pretty good looking start. Now, this is, it really has the same challenge, right? Same challenge here, although this looks a little bit more complete here because we've gone far enough. Now, how could I get this done? Because this looks like I got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it looks like I'd have to do this as, if this is going to be 1, 2, well, what are the choices, right? It's either A, B, C, or 1, 2, 3. Well, now, given where this is now, I'm inclined to go A, B, C, which makes me think W, X, Y. So let's see if we can know this. Oh, we'll do it here. See, now, if this is going to hold as the 4, right? Now, so this is just as we were just talking, right? So when we're here, oh, are we doing this, or are we going to get up here and get this? Right? That's what's trying. The struggle here is real. That's what it's trying to do. Okay. Well, now we've gone a little bit further. So if I start to label this, thinking, oh, okay, 1, 2, is that a 3, 4, 5? Right? It looks like I got a good start. Well, of course, what are we going to, as Elliottians, right? We're going to keep an eye on that wave 1, right? For the idea that I've got an impulse here, which means I have to work backwards. So I've got to open this up here and make this a 3, 4, 5, which is that perfect? No. Oh, you can. I mean, we could still have a 3 here. So this could roll in. This could be an A, B, C, and we have an X here. But right now, that looks like what looks. So here we're on the other side of the Vegas wave. Here's the Vegas wave. This is, again, this is a member. This is the 233. They're just using different colors. 1, 2, 3, 4. I got a good candidate here for a 4, as long as we stay in this range here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, this is an 8 hour. If I go to a 2, right, this impulse here starts to look pretty good. 1, 2, 3, sideways 4, up to the 5. I got a good looking 3 here. Now, could it be an ABC course? This is not the cleanest finish. I can't quite get an impulse to fly here. It looks much more like an ABC, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, ABC. It's not great. You got to do it ABC. Well, right now, until proven otherwise, right? So this would be the critical pivot here on the assumption we're going to hold this impulse here. So we can just do this right here, right? As long as we stay right above, right here, so we can measure. Same right. Of course, as I try to mention, same way every time, every asset never changes. Right? That's the value here. If you're changing what you're doing chart to chart, you're lost, totally lost. Right? You're not going to make, well, odds of you making money are slim. You got to have something that's repetitive, that you understand, that you can repeat time and time again, right? Not if you trade it long enough to where for whatever reason, right, you're not able to make money with it. Well, then maybe you got a valid reason to reconsider, or what do I need to add? What's the problem? Well, if I'm going through my trades in my journal, what's causing me to keep getting stopped out? Am I too tight on my stops? Am I over levered? Is my TA just not producing results? You got to make that decision, right? I mean, again, I've been doing this for so long. I mean, it's a reflex. Now that's me, right? I mean, I'm trying to say the point being, as you are developing, you need foundational components to your analysis, right? That are consistent. So you're consistent. So your results can be consistent. Now, we're going to get that. Do you have to worry about FOMO? If you're, I mean, the alternate, right, is to just say, oh, let's kind of wait and see. Do I get the 5 here? If I do, am I worried about missing something? No. What does it usually do after that? What would I anticipate, right? Again, why would you want to be trading something abnormal? I'm just, oh, here, look, I got a nice imbalance down here. If this goes, oh shit, come here. If we go up here, up for this 5, boom, boom, boom. Right, there's the next buy, rebalancing. In sync, right? So when you can get the one algo in sync with another, right? So we've got the interbank price delivery algo, right, that ICT teaches, right here would be filling in this imbalance. And here's the measured move algo, right, that David Halsey pioneered, right? I just took it and ran with it, right? Tweaked it a little bit. That would be a combo of algos right there. What else would you add it, right, to add another golden corner, right? Now we don't have this yet, but that's what if you're tracking a coin like this, that's on your wish list. Oh, maybe I can get this 5-3 into the golden. It's good to have a wish list. Okay, let me keep moving. I got 4 all that I found from over here. Let me get rid of that. All that I found over here on Altfins. Same idea. Long-term trend in a retracement, right? I won't take you through all of them, but that's where I found these. Again, this is a really, really good, if you're a crypto trader, it's not crazy expensive. It's not inexpensive. The lifetime here is, I mean, they do a lot of promotion as well. I cannot recommend them any more strongly for a crypto trader. Very good platform for the technician, right? Very different than what we looked at previously when we were looking at sentiment. We were looking at those kind of social media trends and different ways that you can approach the market. Right, this is for the technician. This is an awfully good one. Okay, so let's get back here. Okay, let's start with Shiba Inu, which I think I can find over here. Here's SHIB right here. Okay, so the short-term trend is up, medium, neutral, long-term 8 out of 10. Right. Well, that's certainly worth looking. Right. That I mean, it's just idea generation. Oh, okay. Let's go look at the chart. Well, how does the chart look? Long-term trend up, short-term trend correcting. Right to a 4, rebalancing. Here's a 50. 1, 2, 3. Is the Elliott count hard to figure out? No. I mean, now note here, there's a 1, 2, right, and then another 1, 2, right? So this is very bullish. We're trying to get up here. First, let's complete the internal impulse of the third. Again, 7th grader could pick this up. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What are you waiting for here? Well, okay, if you're in this, if you're looking at this, oh, that's a daily. Let's get to maybe a 4 will do it. Let's label it up. Oh, possible diag potential there. But of course, it's just as we were looking before, right? I mean, could that be an ABC? Yeah, right. Well, then if right, if that's what you see there is an ABC, well, then that's the target, right? They're going to sweep that low, right? And then something else going on. Okay, let's get that out of here. Okay, right now, why do you assume that? Here, well, again, same way every time. Right to a 50. I mean, oh, it's not a great looking impulse, right? Actually, looks like an ABC, 2 ABC, right? So for the other one you want to consider would be here if it comes down a little bit deeper. First thing we have to do if we're going to call it a diag is overlap the 1. 2 A B C 1 2 3 4 5 A B 1 2 3 4. Maybe there's one more down here. If this let's go to And so that, well, I mean, there's the reason you keep going down. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So there's a good looking 3. Well, it's hard to call it, right? So you can kind of see a path here that this could be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you could have, oh shit, we're gonna have to go really down into that. So let's label it here so we're not speculating. This is very 4-like. It could be a triangle coming down here like that. 1, 2. Oh fuck. You could do it A, B, C. It almost doesn't matter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, I guess you can do it right here. Now, a little wishful thinking, maybe, right? But it looks like I've got a 5 there. If I go to a 30, and I don't like to go down this far. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, A, B, C. Let's take that up a degree. Are we in? Is it done? 3, 4. They're all kind of doing the same thing, right? So the other thought is if you're just don't want to buy into the slop here. Well, okay, what else can we identify? Okay, well we've already rebalanced this fair value gap. Well, now we have more below, and there's liquidity here, right? We all know that. Liquidity here, liquidity here. So for that to happen, well, this is going to be a very different count, right? This count would get blown right out of the water. But right now, why are we assuming abnormal? I got a 5, I got a 3. Now maybe that's A, B, maybe that's W, X, Y. I don't know that it matters, right? Where are we relative to the low? Well, a little deep, right? It doesn't kill it as a 2, but of course you'd prefer to have the algo, you know, with the machete in front of you. There's a good finish here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. 707 probably gets that done. 707, even 786, right? Okay, so now it's got to have legs coming out of here. So again, when you're that down there, this is, if you wanted to lever this up, that's one you can do it. Because you got very clear, okay, where am I wrong? Right here. No question, right? If the premise being that this is the pivot of your 4 and this is the 1 and this is the 2 of the next leg of what would be the 5th at this degree, well, too much? 3.86 to 1? We might take a partial there. Going for something bigger here for the 5th up here. Because this is the 50, that's tied to this, right? So you might get that out there. Oh, pardon me, that's tied to this. So we could look at it this way. Oh, let's take the length of the 1. Length of the 1, if that's the 4, right? So here, reasonable target, 100% the length of the 1. Assuming we don't overlap here. We haven't overlapped yet, right? So the idea would be 1, 2, whoosh, here we go. Very low risk, very clear exit, good risk reward. You could lever that. Why not take that trade? I don't like to take, you know, meme coins into the weekend. Well, reasonable, right? That's reason, that's reason enough to not take it. Okay, let's keep moving. Maker, same place. Oh, where are you, Maker? Short-term down, medium neutral, long-term 10 out of 10. It's just the kind of thing I'm looking for. All right, so let's get over here and see why. Why so good? Keep that down here for a minute. Now, this third here, there's a clear impulse too here, and then there's another impulse, right? It's not the prettiest. You'd anticipate that impulse on that third being bigger. We just happen to get the extension in the 5th, but 1, 2, 3. All right, we're looking for the 4. Doesn't quite look like it's done, and it would be happening awful fast. So let's bring this up here a little bit. That 2 is pretty abrupt. So, here, kind of what you're looking at, right? So you'd be anticipating we'd go the full width of the channel here, where we only did you know, a little over half of it. Now they don't have to balance, but it's just, you know, something to kind of lean into. Okay, do we have the right look? Well, note here there's another 1-2 down here, right? No question, that's a 5. This is a funky 3, probably a, oh, you might be able to do, there's a 5 to finish it. So A, B, C, right? Almost doesn't matter. Clear 5 off the low, 2. Clear 5, 2, right? Sideways 2, and then a sideways 4 again. So it's, you know, you're not going to get perfect Elliott every time, but this is certainly valid. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's not ripe for a trade, unlike some of the others we were looking at, but I'd have this on my watch list. Right? This would definitely be something to be marking here, because you're trying to get, note here, you're trying to get the 5th of the 3rd, right? Much like some of the other majors, right? We can get this, we're trying to get the 3rd right here to complete. So the internal impulse to complete up here with a 5 to give us that 3, 4, 5, right? So still bullish. Oh, we can probably look here. This would be a reasonable target, right? Where's the liquidity going to be? I don't think, but of course there's likely an order block up there as well. Oh, somewhere in there. All right, so we're going to have some hurdles to clear. That might be just the kind of thing that would set you up here again. If we get, I'd rather see something like this, and then we go right now. You're going to have to clear all of that, right? Sweep it, right? That would be it. Sweep the highs, grab the liquidity that's there, and then we come for the 4, 5. All right, let's keep going. Phantom. Same thing, same place, right? Same thing I found over here. Neutral, neutral, strong. 8 out of 10. That's strong. Look at it. Now this is a little frustrating here. You end up having what you want to do is this, right? When you first bring it up, you're going to want to do this, right? Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, shit. Right? I mean that's if you're an Elliottician, you gotta do it this way. It's not terrible doing it this way. It's just kind of, again, sideways. Then we get the kick. Here's where you want it, right? We want it a little bit further. So here's that classic, oh, here we are again, just like we were before, right? Are we doing this? Or are we doing this? How would you know? Well, you don't know. Right, but what we do have is context. Right, so here, okay, all right, said this a gazillion times. The market doesn't matter, time frame doesn't matter, asset doesn't matter, always the same, right? This algo, wherever you look, I don't care what it is, if we're looking at a 30-second chart or a 3-month chart, same thing. Always going to be there. There it is right there. Going second target. Right? One second target, just enough to to fuck that Elliott count, which is frustrating. But it doesn't look like we have a great finish here. So the potential here is that, oh shit, do we have a true double up there? Yeah, we do. Yeah, it's kind of annoying. It looks like this is just a hair higher here. So this is within a tick or two. So you could do 1, 2, 3. Oh, sheesh, that's frustrating. But we know what happened here, right? We don't have to wonder. Oh, why didn't it go any higher? We know why. So as we come back the other direction, right, that's what we have to clear for a bull. So if you're looking at this going, well, I want to buy it down here. Well, note where the algo target is. If this is going to hold, and if this just becomes some sort of, oh god damn it, here, some sort of A, B, C. Well, then how would you count this? Well, you might have to do this as a 3, 3, 5, right? So you might be anticipating a little bit higher here, and you come down for a 5. It's hard to call this one here. So this is one. It's not. I don't think this is ripe for a trade, but the longer term count, I would just alert it. I might put an alert down here. If it's coming down towards the 50, okay, wake me up, right? Tell me. But otherwise, it's just too soon. As you're sitting here, right? So we know that was a golden, right? And then we're likely going to have another one here. We're in the pocket as we're rebalancing. So here we are, one algo meets another. Hello. Target. On your watch list, a good one. Okay, one or two more. Oh, I'm already at 40 minutes. We'll finish here. Okay, so the exact same place. Got it the same way. Oh, let's see what they were. Strong trend, short and medium down. Okay, well, how does that look? Oh, short and medium down. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is that shocking to anybody? Anybody surprised by that? If you're surprised by that, you're not paying attention. Of course, right? You're going to get now. It doesn't mean it's going to that we're doing this now, right? That's the low. I just the reaction there. It's a very good prospect for a low, but as the others, this little 3 here. Oh, is that the start of it? That's a daily. Let's go to a 2-hour here. All right, how would you know? Is that 1, 2, 3, 4? We're going for a 5? Well, you don't know. So what's the context? What's this? 3, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got a candidate here for this to be done, right? And then look where we pivot, right? Of course, right? Note, not the 618 golden zone. That looks like another one up top. Get it right on there. Do you see that? AAVE, one golden zone to the next golden zone. Again, we could be looking at a 5-second chart or a 5-month chart. Wouldn't matter. It's always there. Always, always, always there. That has to be the first thing. Well, in addition to just looking at your market structure, you have to know where Al is. Where is he? What did he do last? I'd be willing to bet you there's another one in here. Right there. If I'm on it, can't quite see it. Oh, pretty close. Within a tick or two, there's the target. Remember, it has to close below to kill it. Golden zone, golden zone, golden zone. That's all it does. Probably another one right here. 50. Look at the target. Over and over and over and over and over and over. How is it possible that anyone could have seen, I've been doing this for 5 years, 10 of my videos, and not have that be mandatory on any chart you're bringing up? I defy you to show me a chart where I can't find it. It's always there, right? That's a silly thing for me to say because it's always there, always, always, always. All right, let's wrap up here with AAVE. So is that enough to go here? As I've kind of made the point there about how dominant that algo is, right? It's the algo that matters, right? Now, not to disparage on the what does he go? The interbank price delivery algorithm, the ICT, right? That's equally as important, but nothing like this, right? You have to know where this is. Period. Just period. You have to know what it did last. Okay, to wrap up here, how do we look coming out of this, right? We know that's a golden, right? We got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it looks like I got a 3, 3, 5. A, B, C, right? So that's not great for a bull here. Right, if you again putting my Elliott hat on, A, B, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Clear impulse there. Well, so one possibility is, oh, maybe some sort of diag going on here. I don't know, maybe, right? Given this, if this is 1, 2, oh God, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So you can see it. Let's see here, hang on. Leaves you a little bit unsure. So whenever I'm looking at something like this, I'm like, it could be this. Now, one thing the best case for the bull is that it turns into a diag. Well, and why would you be leaning bullish? Is because of the pivot at the golden zone, right? And then the context here, 1, 2, or that flies here, but I'm not getting the launch that I need. So then you might look at it and say, okay, oh, maybe there's the 3. Oh, and we're truncated. Well, is that a good finish? No. Right. So here's where the Elliott context gives you an advantage. I don't care what anyone says. I don't care how good you are at market structure, ICT stuff. You have an advantage if you're an Elliottician, because I have the if not this, then that. And if this rolls over, I know that's a 3, and I know that I can anticipate a 5 from that. That is a huge, huge advantage to a technician. Now, most people go, oh, fuck, man, I got to learn all this, 26 fucking different kind of corrections. Well, you know, are you here playing? Are you serious here? Most people are not serious. They're not. They're just in here to have a little fun. Most people lose money. Interesting. Right? So most say, oh, I don't want to do that much work. Fuck, I don't have to learn all that Elliott Wave shit. So what are you saying about yourself? You're just a lazy trader? You're too lazy to apply your intellect to it because you don't do the work? Are you lazy with your money? Are you lazy putting your money at risk? Or do you want to have maximum advantage? Maximum. Are you willing to do the work? Right? That's always the question. Most people are not. So most people lose money. I'm not saying if you learn Elliott Wave, you're going to make money. That's not what I'm saying. But you're going to have an advantage over anyone who doesn't use it. Period, period, period. All right, I guess I made my case there. You can agree or disagree. I'm sure I'll hear about it in the comments. I get plenty of snarky shit. Okay, all right, so there we go. Golden zone, golden zone, golden zone, golden zone. If nothing else, if you learn nothing else from this, please, please draw the last golden zone, the last measured move, so you know where it is. So you don't sell right in, because I guarantee you somebody sold it right into it. Guarantee it, right? They don't know it's there. So they sell right into it. Oh, not to mention, right, you probably break out here. There's probably liquidity here. Choose wisely, my friends. Okay, with that, you guys have a good weekend. We'll be back next week. We'll live stream on Wednesday. Okay, guys, have a good one.